won the toss. And one thing we were talking about, you can see in the lower part of your screen, this looks like a major college football team. They brought over 100 kids down here.
Actually, they had about 110 kids dressed for the Destrehan. And when they were doing their warm-ups, it looked like you just aroused a pack of red ants. I mean, they were running all over the field and everything. And Independence has 38 people listed on the roster, and a couple people didn't even dress out, so it's even less than that. Destrehan did win the toss. They deferred, and Independence will receive the kick. Jose Perez will tee it up. And we get number 30, Joe Harris, 5'11 junior, 5'11", 185. He's their top returning back for the Tigers this year. Good things are expected of him, as are from Anthony Hurst. And the whole Independence Tiger team, coached by Charlie Baglio for the 13th year. Got a couple of all-district returnees on the offensive line. Might be good for Independence to get the ball first. They got some experience there, and maybe the nerves and the jitters won't get to that offense as much as maybe it would get to the defense. So here we go. Brady puts it down, and it goes back. Harris will take it right at the 10-yard line. He goes left, gets 10 yards, gets hit twice, proceeds upfield to about the 25-yard line.
Well, the size of this squad doesn't seem to have affected the first play of Independence. I noticed that Coach Baglio over there was rooting them on as they were going into this first play on the kickoff. And Charlie Baglio team, he'll have this team up no matter what.
Okay, Torrance Joseph lead his team to the line. They come at. And the handoff goes on the outside. Oh, he broke it. Shoestring tackle saves it. Boy, he had a lot of real estate in front of him. Looked like number 44, Keith Gahagan. We're going to try and set the backfield for you. Picked up 7 yards on that play. Bring up a 2nd and 3 from the 32-yard line. Joseph, the 5'11", 160 junior. At the line, Gahagan's the down back, Harris the up back. He gives to Harris, right side, back up the middle. Pulls over for first down.
And again, Mickey, Independence coming straight at him.
Picks up 4, one more than they needed, moving the chains. John Emery, linebacker, calls the signal. He was an all-district pick for Destrehan last year. Match of wits between he and Torrance Joseph. Joseph comes up with the eye. Back to pass. Flips it out. Oh, Hurst took a late shot, and he's going to be penalized there. Ball went out of his hands. Looked like number 8. John Emery. A little too much aggression there. It's going to cost him, I bet, about 10, 15 yards. And that's the call. I think maybe instead of having the jitters, he's just got a little bit too much fire in his belly right now. He's going to have to calm down a little bit. I'm sure Coach Chipper Simon didn't appreciate that one too much.
Well, as we talked about last night, Nick, this is the one preseason game that they have to kind of get all of the bugs out of the lineup and so forth. And that young man was just a little too aggressive there, and I'm sure the coach will say something to him about it. But at least this one doesn't count on the record books, but it sure would be nice to take a win into the first game of the season.
Penalty sets up shop inside Destrehan territory. It's a misdirection action here. Gahagan goes over the left side. Pick up about 4 yards. Gahagan's a well-built kid. 5'10", 185. Like most Independence players, probably solid muscle. They have a good program at Independence, as we all know. We'll see how they fare against the Destrehan Wildcats, who are a district higher. The preseason play, pre-district schedule. Good play. Morris comes in motion. Harris comes in motion, shakes a couple of tackles, took the inside handoff. Went east-west, turned it north-south, and got some good yardage. Late flag here. May have been another late hit on Destrehan.
That looks like it's exactly what it was, and again, they're just a little bit fired up, and it's working in the favor of Independence so far. Just hopefully that that they can keep their cool, and if Destrehan continues to shoot themselves in the foot, maybe Independence can get on the scoreboard early here.
You don't like to see those late hits in anything, in any kind of game, college, pro, high school, but they do the late hit, they get to pay for it. I'm sure as long as no one gets hurt, I'm sure Coach Bagley will happily take the yards. As we were saying, that pre-district scheduling for Independence is a real tough for them. It'll get them in shape for the new District 10 3A. Independence has been picked as high as number 2. I think the Times-Picayune had him number 2 behind a meet. Here we go. Joseph has him lined up. Gahagan again, the down back. Joseph will roll out left. And it looked like the play was there. Good pass, might have had it. Looked like 86, Joe Brown, the intended receiver. Ball was underthrown. Joseph was a little hurried with that pass. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line with 12:46 to play here.
Mickey, you know, we were talking, as Conway Guito said just a few minutes ago, with Independence and A-Meet in the same district now. A lot of people don't like the way this redistricting has come out, but that's going to be one of the more interesting things in Tangipahoa Parish districts to look at, seeing that these two are in the same district.
Okay, similar play that they just ran. Harris goes in motion. The give is up the middle. Looked like he went to Gahagan. Looked like 99, Jimmy Chelmus, the nose guard. Threw a monkey wrench all in that. Gahagan barely got the ball, and he was met. It's going to bring up first 3rd down play on the drive. He lost a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. Marlon Johnson comes in with the play. Dunn will go back on the side, and we'll see what Joseph and company can come up with. Try and get it down a little closer, maybe even field goal position, and if not the first down, get it in position. Torrance goes back to pass. Ball is deflected, batted down.
Well, Mickey, Independence got away from there with one then. Either that right guard looked like he pulled just a fraction before the ball was snapped, and that should have been an infraction against Independence right there.
Well, luckily it isn't, but Randy Butler was the guy who batted Joseph's ball down. He'll bring up a 4th down, 11. We'll see if Independence will put the ball up in the air again. Maybe a little delay action. A draw might help. Harris sets up as a lone back. Joseph goes back to pass. Sneaks underneath Chalmers there. Turns it up. Maybe if he can get around this one, we made it up. Picks up about 6 yards. Not a bad play. Caused a little excitement by the crowd. Looked like he had a play possibly open in the end zone, but I think he was running for his life. He didn't really get a chance to see that far down. But regardless, the ball goes over on downs to the Destrehan Wildcats. Pretty good drive. 30 yards of it were on penalties, but still, they were in positive territory. See if the defense can't get them pinned in. We'll get the ball back. Good position. Steps up 1st and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. 11:48 to go here in the first half of this Jamboree. Tommy Ellis is the quarterback. Number 5, that's James Harris. We got 2 Harrises here. The defense playing tough. Put a hat on him. 86, Joe Brown. Number 2, Damon Mason, the fullback with the carry. Runs into a stone wall. It'll bring up, look like 2nd and 10. Didn't get anywhere on that. Destrehan has been picked as high as 2nd and 3rd. 2 papers had them. They were 7-4 last year, lost in the first round of playoffs, as did Independence. They have a single back. Tommy Ellis brings him to the line. A little extra jumping going on here. Look like James Harris at the split end. Nope, actually it was Independence made the first contact.
It was, but Independence does have a legitimate gripe because the left guard looked like he moved just a little bit before the play took place, and they had every right to come across once that happened.
Oh, that'll get the Wildcats a little more breathing room. It's 5 yards, pick up, brings up a 2nd and 5. The clock runs. Pro set backfield here. Ellis gives the ball off. James Harris tries the right side. Not much going on around the right end there. Looks like he might have picked up about 3 yards. May bring up a 3rd down, about 2. A long 1, depending on the yardstick.
And we've got 10:36 to go in the first half of the Independence Destrehan game.
Ellis brings his charges up to the line. Big play here. We can hold him. We get the ball back. We'll be in good shape. The ball goes up the middle. And he gets the 1st down. It looked like James Harris. No, that was number 2. That was Damon Mason. The fullback gets the carry. Plunges forth to about the 29-yard line. Destrehan picks up the initial 1st down of their drive. First one on the night for them. Gives us 1st and 10 here. We'll see what Ellis and his players do. We got some motion. Look like some illegal motion at that. We said they had a flag, but they had 4 of them on the play. At 5 they picked up early on us. We'll get it back here. Illegal procedure. Back it up 5 more. Give us the 1st and 15, about the 24-yard line. The crowd here at the Dome doesn't seem to be as big as it was last year. I'm sure the weather had a whole lot to do with that, especially for the Tangipahoa residents who may have looked out the front door and decided not to chance it. I know, LA, you guys had a lot of trouble coming down here in that weather. So we get the inside handoff. Looks like it goes to the fullback Mason again.
But you know, Mickey, the people from St. Charles and Destrehan as well, they've failed to brave the weather as well because they had less of a distance to come, but they didn't seem to want to get out in it. It was really bad outside. One of the worst days weather-wise that I've seen in a long time.
Good for man or beast, is it? Okay, we get a little motion in the backfield here. Ellis is going to drop back the pass. He's got an open receiver. That's number 40, Eric Parquette. He got open for a long gain. Pretty good passing catch. Caught the Independence defensive backs a little bit deeper than maybe they wanted to be. That's about a 20-yard pickup for Destrehan. They crossed into Independence territory on the Indy 48-yard line with 9:26 to play. The first pass of the game is a good one for the Wildcats. They'll set up shop again, some more motion. Gave inside handoff here to number 5. It's James Harris again. Pretty good burst by the right side offensive line for Destrehan. Got a good push there. Picked up about 4 or 5 yards.
You know, Mickey, this is the first of a big football weekend here in the Superdome. Tonight, the Jamboree. Tomorrow, Tulane plays Ole Miss, and then the Saints begin their 1991 season against Seattle on Sunday here.
Ellis again comes up to the line, gives the first person out. That's his fullback, Mason. He powers over the line. Picks up another 1st down, it looks like. Okay, ball will be spotted at about the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, 8:44 to go. It's a pretty big Destrehan team. They've coming off a pretty good year. The year before that, they were also in the playoffs. We got a single back. the fullback, picks up a block. Ellis is scrambling. And he catches the same fullback. That's Mason. Mason looks like he's going to go all the way. He sat there right in the pocket, right in the belly of the defensive backfield for Independence. Got the ball turned and just had one man to beat, and he beat him. 37-yard pass play from Tommy Ellis to Damon Mason. Puts Destrehan on top first with 8:21 to go. Jose Perez will come on to try and make it 7. And I don't know if that was 2 deep drops. They let that back come out. He got a block, and then he went and just sat still in the pocket. The kick's up. Perez knocks it through. It's good.
Okay, Mick, we're going to take a break here and hear from Ed Larison, our sheriff, running for re-election.
Now, just with the success of the DARE program, we've been in it for 3 before they're addicted, before they're exposed, and you'll see a huge expansion in that area of the Sheriff's Department, and I'll need the whole community support. I'll need the churches, I'll need the civic clubs, I'll need the Chamber of Commerce's. You'll see a whole new involvement in that area just because DARE has been so successful in the limited time we've had it.
Okay, we return to action now. After Destrehan goes up top first, Perez kicked this through. And he'll tee it up again. Harris again is deep. And we'll see if we can't get untracked here for the Independence Tigers. Seemed like we had them bottled up for a second or two last series, but we didn't. Takes it about the 5, wraps it about the 3-yard line. Harris breaks through. He goes down the left side, picks up a couple of blocks, runs out of real estate. Real good return. That's about a 40-yard return there. Joe Harris, 5'11", 185, junior. He's a game breaker, folks. He's only a junior. He got a whole lot to go. Another year, he could be an Al Head type player, Quincy Walters type player. A lot of players peak from their sophomore to the junior year, and hopefully he's one of them for Coach Charlie Baglio. Sets up a 1st and 10, ball on the own 46. 8:11 to go in this first half. Terrence Joseph, single back, Harris. Pitches to Harris. He tries the wide right, he turns the corner, cut back. And number 42, Derwin Mealy with the cuts him down. Well, that's a good-looking runner, huh?
Yeah, they picked up about 4 yards on that play, and of course they could pick up 4 yards on every play and continue the drive. They could score in about 3 or 4 minutes.
They got him listed at 5'11". He fills all the 5'11 up. That's a Eric Dickerson type of runner. Stand up, quick, lean look, get to the end, race him up. Destrehan breaks his late defense. Now they're set. And Joseph mishandled the snap. His knee hit the ground, so the ball's called dead. Officially, that'd be considered a rushing yard, so we'll probably have to give him a -1 on a rush here. So that sets up about a 3rd and 6 at the 48-yard line. 7 minutes left, right at 7 minutes. Let's see if Joseph can get him untracked here. Single back, Harris to pitch again. He'll try the left side. And he stops up. And it's a pass. Great play. Great play. Craig Dunn, wide open. Well, he got a little more on that. He could have ran forever. He got right all the way behind the defensive backfield.
No doubt about it. If the halfback would have put a little bit more on that ball, he was 10 yards behind his man. He could have gone all the way in untouched, but he did have to stop and wait on the ball, and thus the defensive secondary caught up with him.
Well, Harris drew a crowd. Everyone came running up. Craig Dunn just continued to go by, and all of a sudden he pulled up, stopped, throw. First down on the 24-yard line for the Independence Tigers. Now I think Joseph's going to try his stand at the pass. And he's got an opening. Oh, 2 guys in the same area. I don't know if he really wanted to do that. That'd be a miss-up. He was going to Joe Brown. He had Warren Whittington in the area also. I don't know if 2 people should have been that close together. Actually, Whittington would have had a better chance at it if Brown would have let it go. Whittington was a little more in the open, it seemed like. Brings up a 2nd and 10. We've got 6:21 left in the game. Left in the first half, excuse me. Okay, we got Warren Whittington is still in. Harris is lined up in his back. He gives to Whittington on a little misdirection. Whittington, stumpy runner. Good job. Picked up about 5 yards on the inside handoff.
Mickey, coming up at halftime, we're going to show this Independence band. I think they're here. If it's not someone else, we're going to show them their halftime show coming up at halftime. So everybody from Independence, stay tuned.
Okay, we get the eye back here. High backfield. Ball on the 20-yard line. Joseph drops back, gets a pump, and then gets sacked. Looks like number 77, Jamison Holmes, 6'2", 230 senior. Shed the block, got right up in Joseph's face and pulled him down for a loss of about 10 yards, 9 yards or so.
Mickey, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank Tommy Henry, Commissioner of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association, and also B.J. Gazzardo, who is Assistant Commissioner of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association, for their help in making this telecast back to Livingston and Tangipahoa possible.
The Tigers break huddle, facing a 4th down and 15 yards. Joseph back to pass. He's going to air it out. And looks like Anthony Hurst was sandwiched there. There was a toss-up. No contact. Ball go over to Destrehan, who's held for the second time.
One of our sponsors for tonight's ball game, Conway Guito Jr., candidate for assessor in Conway so far. We Independence fans have to be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'll tell you, several times the quarterback did not see open receivers in the end zone. They should have scored a while ago, and but they're hanging in there. Their defense is starting to gel a little bit, and they're starting to get a hand on Destrehan's offense.
Now back to Mickey Trish with play-by-play action.
Well, first down was of a bad exchange for the Destrehan center and quarterback Tom Ellis. That'll bring up a loss of 1, similar to Terrence Joseph and his miscue earlier for Independence. 2nd and 11, ball on the 28. We're down about 4:15. Ellis going to go back to pass, sprint left, and again, same area. Hits number 27, Carlos Caldero, for a big pickup. Gosh, Independence needs to shore up the secondary help there. No, they're inexperienced back there, and it's showing now. And good thing to see it now. Pick out your flaws now and go back next week and improve on them. Well, Destrehan gets the ball out to their 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Ellis looks impressive. He knows where his offensive people are supposed to be. He's a seasoned veteran. Inside handoff goes up to Damon Mason. Mason reads his lines well. He picks up about 7-8 yards on the play.
And Mick, we have just a little under 4 minutes to go in this first half of the Destrehan Independence ball game. And well, if the Independence can hold here, they still have a shot at bringing it down and getting it in their own end zone.
Destrehan looks pretty good. Out of the games we've covered so far, I think they're the most polished team we've seen to date. And just as you mentioned to me, in a polished team, a guy jumps off sides. Isn't that great?
And it was definitely their fault.
Nah, jinx.
Well, just so you're jinxing Destrehan and not
I don't want to jinx Independence. We'll back it up 5 more. Go over to 2nd and 8. We'll take every bit we can get. We've got 3:32 left in the first half here. Ball on the 45-yard line. Ellis comes up to the huddle, breaks huddle. Single back. It's James Harris. And he's going to pass the ball. Boy, he put that thing on a line, didn't he? Great play.
Good defensive play. Great defensive play.
Great play. Danny Danos, a senior. Boy, I tell you, Ellis has got an arm.
Well, that ball was put right there, and if it hadn't been for a defensive secondary keeping up with him step by step, that would have been a touchdown right there.
That was a good pass route. I mean, he had the guy almost in step. And Danos, the last second, leaps and saves a possible touchdown reception. Brings us back to a 3rd and 8. Independence breaks a late huddle. Looks like somebody moved. Number 34, that was Tyrone Brister. Maybe he was drawn off sides.
Well, if it was just a hand. I didn't see anything from up here. It was just a little handshake or something up on the offensive line, but it looks like it was against Independence, and that's exactly what it was.
Brister looked pretty mad at himself for what he did. So they get the 5 yards back here. And bring it back to what it was about two downs ago, which will put it at a 3rd and now 3 yards to go. All right, we've got Ellis brings his troops up, gives to the first guy up, and that's looked like number 2. That looked like Mason again, and he gets the first down. Gahagan with the takedown, but not before they could pick up the first down. The Wildcats, pretty good offensive teams here. They sprint from the huddle too. That's always a good sign. You like to see hustle in teams. Teams look like they want to be out on the field. Can't wait to get to the ball. I'm sure Independence can't wait to get to the ball either. Ellis gives it to the first guy through. That was Harris, took the inside and went about 10 yards around the right end. Ellis does a good job of hiding the ball and who's he giving it to. He turns around, shows the defense's back. He doesn't really show him exactly where what's he going to do? Give it up, bootleg, give it to the back guy. And an official timeout with 2:47 left for a measurement.
And we're going to take this quick timeout and hear from Vic Johnson from Paragon Sports.
Harris goes back to pass. Oh, out of the backfield is James Harris. It's a good time for one of those plays. You get 2nd and 1 like that, it can open your offense up a little bit. Ellis has a good touch on the ball. Hit Harris in stride. Independence. Not much you can do about that. Boy, Ellis is good. He's a 3-year starter for him. He's 5'7", 155.
Mickey, some of these passes we're looking at would do credit to a college team. This Destrehan ball club just has a good quarterback this year. It's unbelievable watching these completed passes.
And pretty tight spirals, too. You don't get to see that very often in high school. Sets up first goal on a 7-yard line. The give is to, looks like Mason, up the middle. We've got 2:16 left to play. Correction, that was to Chris Allen. Moved the pile up a little bit, about 2 yards to the 5-yard line. We got just that 2 minutes left. If Independence can hold them here, possibly to a field goal, or maybe get the turnover here, it'd be maybe juice up Baglio's troops. They need a little something to get them going here. Good goal line stand might just be what they need to rejuvenate themselves. The inside handoff. Boy, I heard helmets crack on that play. Look like number 3 again. Chris Allen goes up the middle again, maybe for about gain of 1. This is running a lot of time off the clock, which is pretty good. Maybe get off the field with, let them run their own selves out of time. Gives a 3rd and goal from the 3. See what kind of play they get here. Defense will set up. It's a 3-down lineman. Harris comes in motion. Ellis sprints out, and he's going to be sacked.
Good play.
That's Jason Bergeron, 5'11", 180 senior, getting from the blind side. Good play.
And nobody touched him either. He came right around the left end and creamed him.
He was certainly licking his chops there. I'm sure you get a guy like Ellis, he keeps completing passes on you, and you're getting a little aggravated about, we can't get to this guy's killing us. When you get a chance to lay a hat on him, I think Bergeron did a good job.
And we have 42 seconds to go in the first half. Hopefully we can hold them here. Well, they're going to try a field goal, looks like.
They're going to try about a 27-yard field goal here. Jose Perez. It's a fake. Ellis is going to pull it up. And, oh, good play. Looked like Bergeron again. Right in his face, caused the rush pass. Almost picked off. But that's good. We got 29 seconds left. Independence holds. Gives them a little something at halftime to be proud of. And then better than that, keeps the score at 7-0 here. Ball go over on downs to the Tigers, who set up shop at the 10-yard line. See if they maybe just run out the clock here, or if they maybe go deep with some Hail Mary stuff, some trick play or something. I think Baggs, if you could end it right here, it wouldn't be a bad idea, really. You end on a high note with a good defensive effort. Well, we got a strong right set here. Trips right. Joseph on the center, and it gives up the middle. Look like Harris struggles for about 2, and the clock will go down from 20 seconds and keep ticking.
And they're probably going to just let it run out here, I would imagine, Mickey. We're going to pick up the halftime festivities in Independence real quick here after they run off the field. Try to conserve a little tape here so we can get this program in under 2 hours if we can. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Independence is losing to the Tigers of Destrehan 7-0 here in the second game of the Louisiana High.
That's with the kick. Back to action in the second half. Day kicks it to Mason, takes it to 15, looks to pitch the ball back, actually. He gets outside containment. Whew, he almost got around the end. However, number 40, Craig Dunn, pulls him down by the shirt. Pretty good return for a guy who looked behind him like he wanted to pitch the ball back. As if things weren't bad enough. Didn't see enough of that first, of that number 1, Tommy Ellis. Independence has to face him again right off the bat. Ellis, I was reading up at halftime on him. He was a second-team All-District pick, 4-year starter. So he's a polished veteran back there. He gives to Mason up the middle. He goes head on with the defensive line, gets about 2 yards, babe.
Mick, as we've mentioned before, a rainy night in New Orleans. Not a whole lot of people have come down to see this classic, but those that are here have been treated some good football so far.
Okay, we have a 2nd down and 7. Got a split backfield here for Destrehan with the motion man. He gives to the up. It looks like Harris with the carry. Doesn't get too much. Met there, look like Big Joe O'Neill and company. Bring up a 3rd down. Let's see if we can hold them here and turn it around and stop this Destrehan offensive juggernaut. We know Ellis can pass, and he's not afraid to. Let's see what kind of rush we get on him. 1 back up, comes out, chops the end. Ellis rolls left, wide open, and completes the pass to Carlos Caldero. Boy, he can air it out, can't he?
There's no doubt about that. This is one of the better quarterbacks I've seen 2 or 3 years in high school football. You know, a lot of people, we were saying earlier, maybe the defensive secondary for Independence might be a little suspect, but they're not going to probably face another quarterback this good for for the rest of this year, probably.
He's one of the best young quarterbacks I've seen lately. That's about a 35-yard gain. We set up shop, 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line. Harris again goes in motion. He gives to the up back, Mason. He's hit hard. Flags are thrown. There may have been some motion in the Destrehan offensive line here. Exactly what we get. So we'll bring that back another 5 yards and give another go at the 27-yard line. One of the few mistakes shown by the Destrehan Wildcats. Tommy Ellis sure looks like he knows what he's doing out there. Coach Chipper Simon's crew moving into the new 8-4A. Like I said, they were picked third. I like to see the second and first place team, the other teams that were picked first and second in this district.
And we're in the Louisiana Superdome for the Gatorade Kickoff Classic, sponsored by the Louisiana High School Athletic Association.
Thomas comes to the line, looking right across. Robert Dalton, big 6'3", 260 for a meet. More motion, and it's a reverse to Harris. He hands off to Chris Allen, who in turn gives it to Harris, tries the right side. And they can't fool the Independence Tigers on that one. So it'll bring up second down and about 14, we'll call it. Didn't get much on that, a little trickery. When you move the ball as well as they have on with just your regular offense, no reason I see to try all that trick stuff, but it's good Independence stopped it. Looked like some motion, but no. He gives to the up back. Damon Mason. He's a little bowling ball, isn't he? Mason's listed at 5'10", 165. He's a thick one.
And another obvious passing down here.
You get the ball back where it originally was at, approaching the 22, 23-yard line. We got third and a long 10. Mason spreads them apart here with the single up back. Little motion. Roll out right. He got around the end. He throws in the end zone. Overthrew him, and it looks like there may be an interference call.
Yeah, no doubt about it. One of the Independence defenders hit him just before the ball got there. Mickey looked
like Joe Harris may have fallen down and hit the receiver in the back of the legs. Kind of stutter stepped him at the last second there. Which is the call, according to Ellis. We'll wait for the official call, which is the pass interference against the Tiger secondary. Take the penalty. Gets a 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line. We try a reverse option here. Ellis hits Mason. Mason's hit hard, and he fumbles the ball. Independence with a big defensive play here. Boy, Mason may be feeling this one late tonight for sure. A couple of days to come. Don't know who put the big hat on him, but I tell you what, Mason had a head of steam going one way, and next thing you know, he was standing up straight. All right, Torrance Joseph brings Independence up. He gives to Harris. He doesn't get too much. You can play a little conservative when you're back deep in your own end zone, close to your own end zone like this. It was good to see little Damon Mason. It took him a while to get up, but he looked like he got his clock clean, really. He got up a little woozy, a little bit of help, walked off the field under his own, well, slight supervision, let's call it that. He's still feeling the pain on the sideline.
Well, Independence has got 89 yards to go here. Hopefully Baglio can get them up and bring them all the way down and put some score on the board this go around.
All right, Joseph comes to the line. The give is to 44, Keith Cahagan again. You run Harris right, give up to Cahagan, he goes off left. Yeah, we picked up, let's call it about another 3 or 4 yard spot. Brings up 3rd and 5. We got 11:02 left in the contest. 3rd and 5 on the 15-yard line. The Wildcats ahead, 7-0. Harris sets up as a single back. Offense spread out. The pitch is to Harris. Gets a little crease, not enough of one. Maybe picks up about 3 yards. Not enough for the 1st down. Independence will have to kick the ball away. Maybe we get a good kick here. Take off some of the heat off of that Independence defense, which has been looks like number 50, huh? John Goday makes an effort to get the ball. Good thing it was snapped over to the right. The rush came so strong from the left, he had to go to the right, get the ball, and luckily got shanked the ball a little bit, but lucky just to get to that one, get it off with that rush and a bad snap.
Well, it was a bad snap and a bad kick, and it puts Destrehan in a really good position here to maybe add some more points onto the board.
Okay, it was a 16-yard punt. That gives Destrehan a 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line with 9:56 to play. Tommy Ellis remains at the controls. Looks like we got a new number in the backfield. Looks like number 44 or number 40. Doesn't matter. Willis sets up, completes the pass. So number 3, Chris Allen, diving catch. Good pass, good catch. Ellis knows his offense really well, and it shows. He reads the routes well. The receivers are where he knows they're going to be. And they set up a 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line with 9.5 to play. Ellis roll left with the pass. Oh, right off the fingertips of Chris Allen. Allen seems to be a really one of his favorite receivers. But Ellis, again, right on the money. I don't know if Independence had, I know Coach Baglio prepares well all of his teams, as does his assistant coaches. But Ellis is putting on quite a performance here. I'm sure Coach Baglio would be is impressed with him and hoping he doesn't see the likes of a Tommy Ellis when they start counting them for real. Brings up 2nd and 10. We're on the 22-yard line still. Ellis with the single back. Whitney Gautreaux. Fake to Gautreaux, puts the pass up. Perfect pass, perfect catch. Frank Harding. Touchdown, Destrehan. Jose Perez will come on to try and tack on the extra point, which he does. Splits the uprights. We go to a 14-0 Destrehan. Perez tees it up. Gets a good boot. Harris takes it on his 7-yard line. Goes left where the wall's set up. Not enough of a wall. Late hit. I think 2 flags were thrown on the play. One, there was a clip on the return team. And then about 5 or 6 yards out of bounds, Harris got nailed again.
Yeah, probably offsetting penalties.
I don't know if you can offset a late personal foul like that, but we'll see.
Possibly not.
The clip did occur first. I tell you, Destrehan, they moved out of the district with John Curtis, which anybody in the same district with John Curtis, I think AIM Meat fans will be able to tell you that firsthand. And not even in the same district, just to be in the same classification is a death knell. But Destrehan got out of that. Now they're in the River Parishes district, the 8-4A. And that's going to help them out tremendously, especially the offense that they have back. They've got 10 out of 11 starters back. Quarterback like Ellis, and then if you get a kicker like this guy Perez, Jose Perez.
He missed a late hit.
A kicker like Perez can win some games for you, especially in late in the year.
He missed a late hit.
There were 2 flags thrown, but only 1 penalty was called. I don't think they caught the late hit. It looked like what the back judge did, but he pulled his flag back in. Regardless, Torrance Joseph sets up. 1st and 10, ball on the 9-yard line. Harris takes a pitch right, turns the corner, comes back up. Good pickup, good pickup. Harris picked up 9. We have a 2nd and 1. Joseph gives the second man through, which is Harris again. He goes for about 6 yards on that play. Moves the chains. Gives you a little more breathing room here. Maybe Independence can put something together here. Clock continues to roll. We have 8:18 left in the game. 14-0 Destrehan, displaying real good offensive prowess here. Joseph brings him to the line. They line up in the I. Give it to the first man through. Looked like he had run right over the back of his own senior center, John Goday. With some penetration by the Destrehan Wildcats. Just didn't give him any running room.
We got a 2nd down and 8.
We'll see 2nd down and 8 now. Ball on about the 27-yard line. Independence breaks the huddle. The up back again, Harris. Joseph back to pass. Flares it out to Craig Dunn, overthrows him in the flat. Facing a 3rd and 8 now for the Independence Tigers. Joseph goes back to throw. He gets rushed from the right side. And it looks like number 88, Craig Wheat. No, 98, Randy Butler with the big rush. 6'2", 220. Sure Joseph wasn't happy to see that. Bring up a 4th down now. 14 yards to go, 7 minutes to play in the game.
Make no doubt there, we're in a punting situation here for Independence. This game kind of reminds me of last year when Hammond was playing. Of course, nobody expected Hammond to do anything. They came down here and literally got blown out the first game of in the Jamboree, and then came back and did so well in the season. So Independence has got a week to mend its wounds and come back and hopefully get a win in the first game.
Gatorade with a good punt. Strong rush. About a 20-yard punt. Muffed the ball. Destrehan can't hold on to it. We've got the Ponchatoula players in the first game. Special teams play may suffer sometimes in the early going. But it looks like everything's coming up Wildcats. Maybe it wasn't Wildcats. It was the Tigers who recovered that ball, and they take over 1st and 10 on the 39. The handoff goes to Harris, who's stuffed. Left side of the line. Unable to get the big, quick Destrehan Wildcats off of him. Looks like he might have got 1 yard. They're being generous with the spot maybe there.
Well, we got a little more than 6 minutes remaining in this ball game. Still not too late for Independence if they can get something started here.
And they got a good break there on the punt, recovered the punt. Looked like a couple of red jerseys around it, but the Tigers came up with it. Joseph breaks the huddle. Comes to the line, split formation. Back to pass, and he just drops the ball, falls right out of his hands. You get one break, and then another one doesn't go your way. It looked like big Randy Butler, number 98, again on the tackle. He's one of their all-district preseason choices. He and number 8, John Emery, were all-district choices last year, and we're listed in the others to watch list in the Times-Picayune on college prospects. On the base of the night, I'd have to list a guy named Tommy Ellis on that list also.
No doubt about that.
Okay, so we got 5 minutes left in the game. 3rd and 14, ball on the 35-yard line. We'll see if we can't get anything going here. Joseph back to pass. Gives a fake and a pump. Airs it out. Oh, pretty good pass. Just out of the reach. Looked like Anthony Hurst down there. Tigers are forced to punt again. Derwin Haley's back. Gatorade gets the snap. Gets the punt off. Pretty good punt with the rush, considering the rush. Haley gets it about the 38-yard line. Turns the corner. He's got 3 to beat. Couldn't do it. Touchdown saving tackle by C.J. Shiro, number 55. Boy, he turned the corner. That was a good wall setup by Destrehan on that special team play there. And with 4.5 minutes to play, Destrehan gets the ball. We'll call it the 28 going in. The Independence Tigers. See if the defense can hold here and try and keep it under 20 points. I think they gave Ellis the rest of the night off. We've got a new Hank LeBoyd at quarterback. 6-foot sophomore. See how he can do with the controls. There's Shiro again in on the play. We got new people, a new backfield for you. Derek Parquette gets the carry. They picked up about 2.5, 3 yards. And the Wildcats have a 2nd and 8. Again, they sprint from the huddle. LeBoyd at the controls, fumbles the snap. Nope, that was parquet again.
And these kids want to get some more on the board. It looks like almost a hurry-up offense. So they get back in the huddle and they slow it down a little bit.
I'm sure the coaches of Destrehan are impressed with their quarterback. Maybe give back up a little bit of seasoning here with Hangler Boyd. He's a tall 6-foot sophomore. He goes back to pass. And he hits number 5. Looked like James Harris out of the backfield. And we got a couple of flags down here.
It could have been a hold, Mickey. It looked like the situation that would dictate that, and that's exactly what it is.
Well, that's good. It takes us... Well, we had a holding on Destrehan, so the 10-yard pass completion becomes a 10-yard holding penalty. And LeBoyd will set up shop there. Boy, what a play. That looks like number 34, Tyrone Brister. Beelines it in there, jumped right over the center, got himself a quarterback sack.
That's right. There wasn't anybody on that defensive line that was going to stop him that time.
Boy, he showed a lot of quickness there. Wish we could have done that a couple of times earlier tonight, maybe. Maybe on see how Ellis would have handled that. That'd have been interesting to see. So it's 4th down and 17. And Independence will take a timeout with 2:53 left.
The main sponsor for these ball games on Parish Cablevision, Paragon Sports Medicine at West Park Hospital, where Vic Johnson explains how it works.
The athlete needs care. They come to the hospital or the clinic. The mom or dad presents their insurance card like they would anyway through their company where they work. And if they have that Paragon Sports Medicine card, then that card comes in after the insurance has paid and provides additional benefits, which to some extent could mean almost no out-of-pocket expense. So for something that is as easy as signing up and sending in, it's a very, very valuable service to provide.
There's a punt. Taken, whoa, what a hit. A heck of a collision there at the 10-yard line. Number 83, Robbie Mears, made the unmentionable of fielding a punt inside your 10-yard line and paid for it after a 5-yard pickup.
And with 2:44 to go, in this the second game of the Gatorade Kickoff Classic, Independence takes over on their own about 9.5-yard line.
Joseph breaks huddle. So he's got Gahagan as the one back in the backfield. Rolls left. He's pressured and the ball falls short. After that incompletion, young Torrance Joseph comes back to the line for another attempt, and it too is batted down. Okay, so we face a 3rd and 10 at the 10-yard line. Joseph back to pass, gets a draw to Harris. Harris has one man to beat, gets outside, 10, 15-yard pickup. He could go, nope, he steps out of bounds. But a 22-yard pickup, good play. Boy, Harris really looks impressive. They spring him loose a couple of times, let him do his number. He looks like he's going to be the back for Independence this year.
Kind of reminds me of a young man that played there several years ago, Tofield.
Well, was he an unbelievable ball player? I'm sure Baggs would love to have if Harris could mature into a Tofield. Get all of Tangible would be on fire with another back like that. So we have 1st and 10, ball on the 33-yard line, 2:25 remaining. Harris, the up back. The pitch right to Harris. He's got one blocker out front, splits it. He could go all the way, 40, 35, he cuts back, and we got a flag. Great run by Harris. A little misdirection, a little cutback action, and he goes 67 yards for the apparent touchdown, but 2 flags down. We got to see what it's all about.
And so one of them was more than likely a clip, unfortunately for Independence.
Hey, you know, sometimes those clips, a lineman's taking a beat on defensive back. The defensive back, he'll just turn around to avoid being hit. And so it looks like a clip. He doesn't want to take the guy head on, so he turns it into a clip. I kind of wish the officials would take a look at that. I mean, He didn't intentionally clip. The guy put himself in that position. It's not like the offensive man initiated the contact from behind.
And both penalties are assessed against the Tigers. A clip and looked like a face mask was the second one. Holding was the second one.
So will the officials sort this out? Well, the most exciting moment of the night for the Independence Tigers is wiped out by a clipping call. So Independence will set up shop. 1st and 10 on the 49. Incomplete pass from Joseph. So now we face a 2nd and 10 on the 49-yard line after the incompletion. And the pitch goes left to Danny Danos. Nothing happening on the left-hand side. In fact, he may have lost a yard or so.
And we have a 1:55, and the clock is running with Independence on their own about 47-yard line, hoping to strike here and put something on the board before this clock expires.
I sure wish that Harris run hadn't been called back, but it's still nice to see them break the run like that, despite the penalty. He's got a lot of potential, Harris kid. Joe Harris, 5'11", 185 junior. He's not in there now. Maybe he's taking a breather. Second man through. Keith Gahagan.
Well, with 1:10 left, looked like Independence. There's a lot of tired kids out there.